Kumar sir for this opportunity to introduce today's resource person. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now, the time to the resource person, Professor Manoj Lewis. Sir, once again, I welcome you and over to you, sir. The session is yours.
Thank you, Rudra Kumar, sir. Respected Professor Balachandra Gowda, sir, my principal during my student days from 1994 to 97, my BCom degree at Nehru Memorial College. The present principal, Dr. Kuappa Gowda, my teacher, Madam Ratnavati, Madam Divya, and all the faculty members at Nehru Memorial College. First of all, thank you for this opportunity for doing, contributing my bit to my alma mater, which is Sulya. It's not just my alma mater, it's the place where I was born, though I might have lived in Maharashtra 17 years of my life, but then I'm back in Bangalore, and it's been a pleasure to be a part of this online webinar on the topic tips to make your online classes effective. Let me keep it very simple, dear participants, and welcome to dear participants also for joining us. I can see teachers who have joined in from West Bengal and Delhi and other parts of India as well. So it's been a pleasure, and during this pandemic period, I think we are so much engrossed in virtual meetings, virtual learning that is happening. If we go back to the month of March, our thought process was a little different, and we thought we were the best. But now, if we want to continue to remain best, we need to know the use of technology. How can I bring it in my classroom? How can I make my teaching learning effective? So today's session, that 50 or 55 minutes that I'm going to spend with you, I will try to make it little practical and little bit of hands-on training also, because there are two modes of online teaching, as I believe. Obviously, in the month of March and April, we did try, because if I'm talking about the Karnataka universities, we did have the last 3 weeks of class remaining when the lockdown happened, and we did make an attempt to make, conduct the classes online. Whether it was effective, not effective, I cannot really say that. But over a period of this last 4 months, there's a great learning that has happened. Let me give you a fact that I believe this is my 42nd or 43rd webinar, either hosting or being a resource person. And every webinar has been a great learning experience, and quite a few participants who have joined us, either on Google Meet here or on YouTube, have been, in great company with me in some occasions or the other during this webinar. So let me make a short presentation, and I request you all, if you have any doubt, any given point of time, feel free to connect with me so that, can someone just confirm whether my screen is visible? Can someone just confirm whether my screen is visible?
Not visible.
1 second.
Not yet, sir.
Okay, one second.
It's visible, sir.
No, you have, Rudra sir, you have pinned my video, sir. Adu unpin madi. If you unpin my video, you will see the presentation, sir. Yes, is the screen visible? Because I have joined on my phone as well, because I cannot take chances, so I have to know. Yes, I think the screen is visible to all.
No, sir.
No,
Okay,
sir.
I think. Okay. One second.
Rahil, sir.
No, just 1 second. I will go back.
And now the PPT is
Yes, sir.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
watching it. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. So today's presentation topic: how to make your online classes effective. Now, dear participants, you don't have to worry. You can, write down. If you have any questions, feel free to chat with me. I'll be more than happy to connect with you all, by giving your answers. You can either on YouTube, if someone can read out the question for me, because I'm on live on Google Meet, so I can replies immediately. Yes. I have a basic question as I begin my presentation today. The basic question that I'm asking you right now is, has your world changed? So I want the answers either in yes or no. Yes. So I can see Madam Anu. Okay, quite a few. Risha. I want everyone to get involved because this is what is making online classes effective. Just consider this as a class, and at the end of the class, you can tell me whether I've been effective or not. If not, I don't know what can be done. If yes, definitely we can think of conducting such classes online, because one of the important parts of conducting an effective online class is making the class engaging. That is what is the focus today. Okay, Manjushri, Gayatri, David. All right, Meena Patil, Satyaprakash. Okay, your world has changed. Anyone? No knows, right? All right, let's move ahead. Whether the world has changed for better or for worse. Okay, can I have some reply? Okay, Chandana says it has changed. For better or for worse? So either you type better or you type worse. Okay, Risha says both. Yogita says for worse. Seema, Pavana, all say yes for better. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm watching you also, don't worry. I'm watching your replies. Okay, there are few replies for both. Okay, let me go back to someone who said your world has changed for worse. I have very few of them. Yogita. Madam Yogita, can you just unmute yourself and tell me why do you think your world has changed for worse? Yes, Madam Yogita.
Sir, actually, the main thing is that, thank you, sir. Thank you for giving the opportunity. Sir, actually, we can't interact with our students. Sir, am I
Okay.
audible?
Yeah, you are very much audible, Yogita. Go on.
ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
Okay.
ಅವ್ರು ಬೇಕಂತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ ನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
We are not
ಗಲೀಜ್ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ
interact with our students directly.
ಹೇಳಿಬಿಡಿ ವಾಟ್
Okay. Okay.
ಉಂಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ.
So, we are taking
Okay.
online
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾತನಾಡುವಾಗ
lecture,
ಪಾಪ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ.
but we don't
Okay.
know
Okay.
that
Yes, Yogita, you can go on.
whether they are attending our lectures or not.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I appreciate that point, Madam Yogita, and I will definitely
And we
answer
can't-
this in the course of time.
If,
Okay, thank you, Yogita. If we can. Yes, Yogita, you want to say something more?
On them that really.
Okay,
they are
you can mute.
watching our lecture or.
Okay,
playing
okay.
with other
I
games
got your
and,
point, Madam Yogita. I got your point.
because
Can I have
so
Madam
many-
Shubha Ramaswamy? Madam, if you can unmute and tell me why your world has changed for
Hello?
worse.
ಹಲೋ
Yes, Madam Shubha, go on.
Yes, and
ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಕೇಳಿ.
sir, on mobile you can open
Okay.
ಉಂಟಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
Yes, Madam Shubha, go on. We are listening. Okay, I think we have lost Madam Shubha. No problem. Is there anyone who said your world has changed for worse? Because everyone has written. Okay, Madam Yogita just answered. No one else? Anyone with reply? I hope I am audible to everyone. Okay, Madam Manju says still can't predict. Royal, can I are you in control of YouTube only or of Google Meet as well?
Both, sir.
Royal,
Both.
can you just unmute Madam Shubha? She wants to say something. Shubha Ramaswamy.
She can unmute herself, sir.
Okay, Madam Shubha, you can unmute yourself and tell me, why do you think the world has changed for worse according to you? Because there are only very few people who have said it. Come on, Madam Shubha.
Hello. Sir, good
Yeah,
morning,
good morning,
sir.
madam.
Sir, I think it has gone for worse because I've been doing a side business and it's been closed completely. And my husband is also suffering a lot because of this lockdown. His business is also completely closed. So that's why I said it's worse.
Okay, okay. No, I agree because my question, this question was from the teacher's point of view, but I appreciate that you took, a general picture, a bigger picture, and you specified it because of your husband's business. Okay.
Hello,
Thank
sir.
you, madam.
Hello.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Hello,
someone
sir.
wants to say. Yeah, madam, please tell your
Hello,
name.
sir. This is from Purna Prajna Evening College, Udupi.
Yes, madam, go on.
Sir, things are getting better now because in the newspaper they have written that we can read the students offline, but it is very difficult for us to manage the students online, sir. So that is worse.
Okay, okay. So this is a
Yeah, that
concerned
is
teacher. Yes, yes. Madam, may I know your name? I
yeah,
didn't get
yeah.
your
So,
name.
Gauri Shennai, sir, from Purna
Yes,
Prajna
all
Evening
right.
College.
All right, all right. Yes, Madam Gauri.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So
today we got
possibly
the good
for
news in the newspaper.
all
Sir, we
right,
got
all
the
right.
good news in the newspaper telling that colleges will open in the month of October. But now it is very difficult, sir. It is very difficult
All
because we
right,
have to handle the classes in the evening, where everybody will be
all
browsing, and we have to read the students
okay,
at that
madam.
time.
Okay, okay, madam. Okay, madam Gauri. Okay, madam Yogita and
Yeah.
Madam Shubha. I will answer your questions. Possibly, Madam Shubha's question will be a little difficult for me to answer as to what is happening outside academics. Obviously, that is to be taken care of by the government. But then there are some businesses which have not been affected at all, I would say. And like grocery business, pharmaceuticals, agriculture, all these businesses have not, IT company has not been affected at all. Actually, they have learned new things and they have come back. If I look at it from the teacher's point of view, my personal opinion would be life has changed for better, because in the last 4 months the amount of knowledge that we have gained when it comes to technology is awesome, unbelievable, I should say. Now, why did I ask you this question, for better or for worse? It is basically for this particular point that we have on your screen. A beautiful picture. In times of calamity, 1 out of 100 people will see an opportunity. Remember this. So 1 out of 100 people will see an opportunity. Are you the one? I will give you a simple example, maybe outside teaching, connecting with, let's say, the business. There is a small, grocery store, just 50 meters away from my place here in Bangalore. Okay. That fellow, before lockdown, was very reluctant for home delivery because it's a small store. It doesn't have many employees. So if someone goes to deliver at 10 different places, who will take care of the customers who enters his shop? Those were his thought process. And when the lockdown happened, all the hypermarkets in Mangalore, the Big Bazaar closed, the Spar hypermarket closed. When that happened, this fellow was, you saw a rush of customers inside his shop. He employed another 5 people. Get the point? Employed another 5 people. Started taking orders over the phone. Started delivering goods to people's doorstep. Now almost, Big Bazaars are slowly opened. Spar hypermarket has also opened. There are a lot of messages coming in because they are patronized customers, because we have the Big Bazaar card, whatever the Saturday, Thursday shopping, Wednesday shopping, whatever you call, Wednesday Super Bazaar or whatever is the case. But we don't dare to go to a hypermarket today because this fellow now delivers to our doorstep. We don't have to travel outside at all. So this fellow has seen an opportunity. Likewise, I'm just giving an example of a local place. if we travel around, there are so many small businesses which were doing their business on offline mode have now slowly started moving to online mode. So don't you think that's an opportunity taken, grasped with both hands? And I spoke to him because he is my student's parent, student's dad. I told him very clearly, sir, this is an opportunity for you, provided you manage and maintain relationship with your customers. You know, we talk about CRM today, and I think when I have visited his shop, his approach totally to customers has changed. What is going to be the impact of his approach on his business? See, as a customer, maybe for another 3 to 4 months, if not long, if not more, I will continue to patronize his shop only, and imagine the kind of business that he might have had or he is going to have. If he used to order from the supplier maybe once in 3 months, now he is ordering once in a week. You can imagine the kind of business that he is doing right now. So if the customers are managed really well at this point of time by that small retail shop owner, I think he will have long-term customers and not just customers at this moment of time. Occasionally, I may go to a hypermarket, but if I can sit at home just to send the image of what I want, a picture of that on WhatsApp to him, and if I can deliver within 1.5 to 2 hours, I don't think I need to step out of my house for shopping of my necessities. That is what I'm saying. Coming back to the teachers part, see, simple, I would like to share. I'm going to do a small hands-on training right here. I'm going to do a small hands-on training over here. But one thing that I would like to tell you, the amount of technology, apps and everything that we have learned, I think we can conduct our online classes very, very effectively. So the question is, are you the one who has seen an opportunity? That is my, thought for the present time. So have you become a better version of yourself in these 4 months? That is the question I am asking you all. So in my presentation, what I will focus on is the TAP approach. The TAP approach. What is this TAP approach to make your online classes effective? That is what will be the discussion that we are going to have. All right. And if you have any questions, feel free to post me questions at, right at the beginning itself. What is TAP? I haven't told you. Maybe I should keep a little suspense and keep you all engrossed in whatever I have to say. So I'm just postponing, telling you what does TAP stand for. So if you can follow the TAP approach, definitely your online classes will be effective. Now, what is going to make your online classes effective? There are some ingredients that I've identified. Ingredient number 1, and effective. Yes, before I go ahead, I would like to state one thing. In my initial part, I said there are 2 ways of doing an online class. One is what I'm showing to you right now, the ingredients that I'm talking about. The second way is you have a board right at your place, a whiteboard, maybe at your home or in college. Connect through Zoom or connect through Google Meet or GeoMeet, whichever video app you prefer to use. And you can simply focus on your class, especially practical classes like, say, mathematics, say, accounts, say, taxation, cost and management accounting, financial management. All these, classes can be done through that, like live lectures. In simple, I should put it as, offline class in an online mode. Offline class in an online mode. That is the term that I have coined for that. If you can have your entire board on your screen and you can continue to solve the problem or teach the students in a normal circumstance. But as a few of them very rightly mentioned, I don't know whether my teachers, whether my students are listening to me or not. I have an answer to that as well. So don't have to worry about it. How can I make my students engaged or engrossed in what I'm trying to say? That is the core of the presentation for the day. Second part. So one is the board, which I'm not going to talk about. In normal classes, offline class, and online. Your live lectures that we are talking about. Second way of doing an online classes is what what is shown on the screen. The ingredients required to conduct an effective online class is an effective PPT. That is first ingredient. Second, a handy video or a screen recording app. where you can record your lectures and send it to students. Now I'm going to give you a tip. This is what I am following. And, I would like to share that particular idea because knowledge is to be shared. That is what I always believed in. And there are teachers who are attending or listening to me pan-India. And definitely it's a great opportunity. You can practice at your place. And definitely you are going to your lectures will be definitely be effective. Third important ingredient is quiz apps for testing students. I'm coming to Madam Shubha's question, Madam Gauri's question as well. We don't see our students, but we can get our students back to our lectures. How we can do that, I will tell you. That is what we are going to discuss. And very, very important. Don't think these are the only 4 things. Very important, how to conduct an engaging class. This is important, I would say. We have a concept called C, D, and E. C stands for content. I'm coming later. D stands for delivery. Our focus should not only be on C and D. I think our focus should be more on E. And if we can focus more on the letter E, the 5th point over here, make it engaging, evolving, I think your C and D will be taken care of, and none of the students will play with you in the sense like, keep the video and the audio off and possibly focus on what you are saying. How we can do that, I will share. Let's talk about the first point, PowerPoint. I would like to spend less time over here so that I get a time to do a little hands-on. Some rules for making a PowerPoint presentation. Keep it nice, keep it clear and simple, but very important, make it interactive. How do we prepare an interactive PowerPoint? That is the point. That is what I'm going to share. Use max 4 to 6 lines in your PPT. Don't put your entire answer or lecture on your screen. Don't type everything. Maybe some important side points, more of pictures, less of words. I think that will make your PPT interactive. Remember this. No flashy animations in the sense, one slide, it comes from this side, one side comes from the sky, from the left, from the right. Use of colors, the text, everything should match your screen. So preferably white, at least for one chapter, is always good. And when you're doing a chapter, don't change the slide color. Don't change the slide background. Keep it very simple. Keep it nice. Keep it clear. Remember, you put in your hard work, and you do it for one time, at least for the next 2 to 3 years, you don't have to change the basics. You need to only add a few points. That's all, which you would like to talk. That should be in your lecture notes. And remember, you have chance to not only reach out to your students, you have chance to reach out to entire country and the entire world today. Opportunity to become a world teacher. So no flashy animations, fonts used should be readable. And very importantly, it should complement what you're going to say. And it should not be a substitute. Remember this. The PPT is not a substitute for your presentation. PPT should complement what you're going to say. If there are certain points that are specified on a PPT, I think you should be able to explain it very well. That is how your PPT should be. Okay. Some handy video or screen recording apps that I have used and I have found it very effective. We have an app called Bandicam, 10 minutes of record. Screencast-O-Matic, 15 minutes of record. All these what I'm showing are all free. Remember this. These are all open sources tools, open sources software which you can use. The PowerPoint screen recording feature, especially if you have the 2019 version, you can have your video PPT with video recorded as well. But if you have an older version, you can have your audio recorded, but you can add your external videos you can put in your PPT, you can do so. How we can do so, we will see. Then we have very important, a Microsoft Expression Encoder 4. Just make it, once I finish the full slide, I'll keep it for maybe 10 seconds and you can take a screenshot of this on your mobile phone. You can take a screenshot. Another one where you can both record as well as edit your videos, but recording can be done only for 10 minutes under Microsoft Expression Encoder 4, we say. And there are 2 apps that are downloaded together. One is the recorder, another one is the encoder. So from the recorder, automatically it will ask you whether you would like to send this video to encoder to edit your video. So both recording and editing, comes together as a package in this particular app, Microsoft Expression Encoder 4. Next we have OBS. we had a session which was organized by Milagres College, and our technical person of this day, Mr. Royal, was the speaker on OBS Studio. This is one of the best open source software that any teacher can use in recording lectures, making, presenting, and also you can say making it live as well, on playing it live on YouTube as well as your sessions goes on. Prezi is another one. It is not to be downloaded. You get a lecture recorded directly on Prezi. So it's not an app which you can download. So this is another one. Then we have Cam Studio. You can see the picture itself. It says stop, play, pause, button, stop. Everything is over here. Record, stop, play. This is how the screen looks like. The home page of Cam Studio looks like. It's open source. See, free of cost available. RenderSoft Cam Studio open source. Then we have PowerSoft online screen recorder. These are all online screen recorder. These are not apps to be downloaded. Remember. We have another recorder by the name screen recorder itself. Then we have Loom. This is the newest one that I have added in my presentation. What is this Loom? Loom is also an online open source software that we have, and is also, see, comparison to Microsoft Expression Encoder and Loom, you can record, you can edit your videos. Under OBS Studio, I doubt whether editing can happen. Editing is not possible. Only recording is possible in an OBS Studio. Screencast-O-Matic, Bandicam, only recording can happen. Possibly you'll have to use another tool, video editing tool, once you have recorded under these. But Microsoft Expression Encoder, you can do your editing. Similarly, in Loom, you can record and you can edit your videos as well. So these are two advantages of these two. But if you can use any of the editing videos, open source, online editor, video editors, I think you are free to use any of the things which are available over here to prepare a lecture. Now, as I move forward, before there is one more called XShare, but I would not, this is called XShare, the letter X, but I would not prefer, that's why I've kept it for last. And there are many others. Remember, what I'm showing to you is not an exhaustive list. It's only an illustrative list, which I have been using because world of technology is like an ocean. And, no matter, how much you move inside, you will find water everywhere. Consider water as the apps that are available throughout in this world of technology. I am putting only a few forward because I have used it and I found it very, very convenient to prepare for my video lectures. Remember this. Yes. So these are some things. I want to keep my presentation simple. I don't want to make it complicated. Now let's do a little, recording under Screencast-O-Matic app. Okay. I want to do a little hands-on. If you have a second device with you, you can download this app, Screencast-O-Matic. I would like to just show how this Screencast-O-Matic app, you can, do the recording. I will come back. One second. Let me just go ahead. 1 second. Yes. So, dear teachers, if you can, participate and join me in the hands-on training program. I would like to, make a short presentation how to record your lectures in Screencast-O-Matic. So here we go. I'll just make a presentation quickly. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. Can I see a yes in the Google Meet? Okay, yes. So I have already downloaded Screencast-O-Matic right here. I have already downloaded Screencast-O-Matic. You can see this on my screen here. So it's very easy. Just go to Google and just type, Screencast-O-Matic. You can download. You will get an icon like this. And for everything, you give yes. So I'll just open it for everyone. Okay, let's wait until it opens. Okay. So this is the home page of Screencast-O-Matic. I will keep my video off because I think Google Meet is using my video cam, so I may not be able to play or show my video over here. So I write, there is launch pre-recorder here. So I just click on that. Okay. There you see, I have a screen right here. Here I have either I record my screen, only the screen. My webcam will not appear because Google Meet is using RLs. When I record, my picture will be visible over here. My picture will be visible over here. Since I'm using my webcam for the Google Meet session right now, my picture is not visible. And here you can see both. Here you can see both. So both means, let's click, my picture will appear in this particular box right here. It will appear in this particular box. This is going to be my presentation. So what I will do is, I will, let's see, I will make this short presentation for you. Let's say this is my session. I will just record it for you. There is a countdown that will happen. After that, you can start recording. So how to make your online classes effective? Thank you for the opportunity. And it is very important that all the teachers make their classes effective. The world definitely has changed for everyone, and it has changed for better. And every time, we see when there is a calamity, there is always one person out of 100 or very few number who see an opportunity in that. Are you the one who has become a better version of yourself in these 4 months? So I've just recorded a video, let's say for 31 seconds. I'll just stop. I will just stop. And once it is stopped, I say done. I say save video. Okay. Can I have the participants please muting themselves? So I'll just play the video over here. See, my video is ready. You can see my voice right here. It is all captured over here. And when I play,
How to block my audio? Odra.
Apple company,
okay. Okay, I think was that effective? Did you feel the effectiveness of that particular video? Yes, can I see yeses?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it's very, very simple, very hands-on. And let me tell you, I'm a commerce teacher. I'm not into technology, but I have learned a lot from all the people who have said something or the other in some different webinars and some places. And I wanted to make it very, very, I wanted to use it. See, important thing is not just listening in a webinar. If I can show you, I have these books available, and this is my 8th book, which is filled. All the notes, all the presenters that I've made, everything, all copies. It's not that I've learned it automatically. There is a lot of time invested, very importantly, time invested in listening. And very important, after the session was over, in practically applying it. And when you can do so, when you learn on your own, you never forget it. That's the rule. We say, what you hear, you forget. What you see, you remember. And what you do, you know. So that's the simple rule. If you can apply, at least for preparing for your online classes, I believe that would be great. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. I have another hands-on thing that I want you all to, focus on. And this is another, not one, but 3 important things that, I have learned. 3 important things that I have learned. And that will answer the question of all the teachers who asked me, we can't see our students and what should be done. And here is an answer. So Screencast-O-Matic is a very simple app. You can use it, and definitely the students are going to benefit it. Yes. Now, before I move forward, I have to tell you this. I wanted to tell you, I should not forget this. I have a book right here. I'll just show you the book. Then I will go back. Just 1 second. Can you see the book right here? I'll just show you the book. Over here. No, don't worry. It's appearing as a mirror image. The title of the book is Choose the Life You Want. The beauty of this book, it is written by Tal Ben-Shahar. He's a Harvard professor, conducts courses on happiness. And this is one, jewel from his, from his tijori, from his treasury. You see, chapters. I can just turn around. The topic is choose deliberately. There is a small matter written, and there is an example given. Smile. There is a small matter written. There is an example given. See the glass as half full. Small matter written and an example given. See, 1 page, 1.5 page, maximum 2 pages side by side. What I have learned from this particular book is, don't prepare a lecture for 30 minutes and 40 minutes and 1 hour. It is of no use. All the teachers would agree with me. When you join, an FDP program or anything which is not live or recorded lectures are sent to you, when you want to open the video, the first thing that you see is what's the length of the video? What's the time of the video? Everyone agrees to what I'm saying? Everyone agrees? You first see the length of the video, then you decide whether to watch it now or watch it later. I am also a teacher like you. I'm just telling you this. Everyone agrees. Very good. I appreciate that. If that video is for 10 minutes or 12 minutes, you watch it. You imagine that 10 or 12 minutes is not going to take much of my time, and there's a great learning that happens in 10 or 12 minutes. So what I'm recommending you all is, don't prepare a 40 minutes and a 50 minutes video. Just prepare a 10 minutes of video. Call it as a concept video. Call it as a concept video. Say concept 1. And as I said, if you have a board at home or in college, when you do that, 10 minutes of concept video you do, and 10 minutes of problem solving you do. What you do is, your big board completely visible on the screen, 25% of the board on the left, you write down the problem which you want to solve, and the remaining 75% of the board, you solve the problem. Record that as problem solving as well. See, 10 minutes, I am not presenting as yet, I am talking. Presentation I have not made. Please listen to me. Don't worry about my presentation. Presentation will come back. I'm just talking right now. So 25% of the board, write down the question in advance, and 75% of the board, you can solve the problem. So 10 minutes of video, that is your concept video, and maybe 10 to 15 minutes of problem solving. So concept video 1, problem solving 1. So along with the concept, you have the video going as well. Then you go to concept 2, again 8 to 10 minutes of video, a problem solving pertaining to that particular concept. Imagine if you can do that concept wise, if you prepare videos and if you keep ready, I think every student will watch your video. This is only for 10 minutes. That is what they will say, as we normally do when we receive pre-recorded lectures. Don't give a 1 hour and 1.5 hour lecture. No one will listen. They will simply forward. They will simply forward and say they have heard it. And online video lectures, we see if it's long, then you look at Google and see what's the answer to be given for this, how to prepare a thing. You don't normally go through that. But if you can prepare a good minutes of video and give it to students, students will watch. On a day basis, in that 10 minutes, you should, students should be completely involved. That is what, interactive PPT that I was talking about. How we can do an interactive video PPT, I will now show you that. So before that, I will take you to a screen now, another thing that I wanted to share. And that is, yes, now I think the screen is visible, right? Yes. Next is the quiz designing apps. You know, one of the most beautiful apps that I have found is Testmos. But only thing is you cannot download. You can take a copy. You can share it with anyone. You can share it with anyone. You can go to that. Google Forms is another one. Create a quiz. Because my focus is not just on creating a quiz. It should be a time-bound quiz. Create a quiz with Microsoft Forms. These are the three very interesting and very good ones that we have found. Then we have Slido quizzes, we have the Quizzer, and we have the SQLite quiz app. These are a few quiz apps that I have found, and I would like to little hands-on on preparing quiz with timer under Testmos and Google Forms. I have my good friend Mr. Ponnappa. He teaches in Kaveri College in Gondikoppal. He's a young teacher. He had his college had prepared a quiz. But then I am always against giving quizzes and all, in the sense people normally go to Google, search for answers and come back and give the answer. What's the fun in getting a certificate of a quiz? It should be time bound. If I put 20 questions, within 10 minutes it should be done, so you don't have time at all. If you can do that, the real value for quizzing happens. Testmos is one such app. And when Mr. Ponnappa said, I said it should have been time bound. Then I told him Microsoft Forms. Then he said, can certificate be given directly? I said it cannot be given. That was one disadvantage we saw with Microsoft Forms. Then once again, I got to know in Google Form, you can set a timer for your quiz as well. So possibly I can take you all through that. I would like to just 1 second. How to prepare a quiz, a time bound quiz. I hope my screen is still visible. Okay, let me just 1 second. Just 1 second. Okay, I come here and I type. I hope my screen is visible. Testmos quiz. Yes. So I click on this. Simple. Absolutely, nothing much at all. Build a test. You have it here. This is the home page of Testmos. You have settings to be done, everything that you can have. Build a test right here. The test name I give, let's say I write income tax. I'm just giving an example. Choose a password. Say I type a password, say XYZ. Okay. Okay, create test. Okay, password did not match. Okay, so my dashboard is ready over here. Okay, dashboard is ready. I can do settings over here. I can add questions. We'll come to that. Adjust settings. In settings, just watch, very important. I can have at the end of the text is displayed at the top of the test. Answer all questions. Answer all questions. Okay, I can use a certain, color scheme. Say I give this color, say crimson and gray. Choose the language for Testmos for student interface. I have not checked whether Hindi is available, but definitely a lot of language, Hindi is available. So Hindi teachers can use that for show all test questions on one page. That's good enough. Randomize the order of questions during the test. Now, what happens? You feel that the students may have the same answer. There is one bright student who can give the answer. They always have a second device. They can call. They can do that. Conclusion, a message you can give. Just 1 second, please. Just 1 second. Yes, the conclusion test. Thank you. Thank you message you can share with your students. Thank you for participation. Okay, now coming on to some important points. Show the custom message if the student has passed or failed. I would never do that. Whether you have passed or failed, how much score they have got? Yes. So score we have, test outline we have, indicate if their response was correct or incorrect. So display the correct answer, display the explanation. You can give the explanation also. I will show you how to do it. Now coming on to important point. Who can take the test? What you do is put a passcode for your test. Write a passcode. Say I'm just writing A, B, C, D. So when I'm sharing this test with my students, I need to give this passcode, capital A, B, C, D to my students of a particular class. From another class, you can give another test with another passcode. Or you can send through your email addresses of students. If you have the students' email addresses, you can click here and again the pop-up will appear email addresses. You can just copy paste and you can send it to them directly. So student ID, if you can enter a unique identifier. Let's keep it very simple. Anyone who enters a passcode of my choosing. For the different chapters, you can have different passcode as well. Normally, I do that if I have a chapter on income tax, say intro. So my code will be intro. Second is, if I'm talking about income tax, say residential status, RESI is my passcode. So chapter wise, you get to know, you can do that. Coming on to this now. How much time do test takers have to complete the test? The timer starts the moment they enter the test and continue even if they close out of the test. Even if they move out, the timer will continue. See, here we talk about unlimited time. You can say, I give them 15 minutes. I prepare 30 questions and I give them only 15 minutes. That means 30 seconds per question. How many times can someone take your test? Only once. Only once, not unlimited time. And that's the score. So the test takers enter to identify them, right? A name, their ID, or student name is good enough. Just tell them to write their student name. Now this is not available for us. Also, functionality is not available because it says you are trying to use feature available only to test mode members. It is $50 per year. So we have to use it. Whatever is available for us, that is fine. And very importantly, after you have done all these things, do you want to receive an email whenever someone finishes? This is also not possible because this is the paid version of it. Worry about it. Just save. So settings are updated. Okay. Now I go to question. When I come to question, I type over here what kind of questions I want. I want a multiple choice question. I'll just take one example, one question. Say, when was IT Act (1961) when did, let's put it that way. When did IT Act 90 came into being? Came into being. So I give a choice one, say 1st April 1961. A 1st June 1961. A 1st December 1961. 1st April 1962. Okay. So this is what we have. The right answer is 1st April 1962. So I click on this. This is the right answer. Okay. Click to add a new answer choice. Show explanation. Okay. This is the right answer that you have. And what you can automatically, it saves. The page is auto saved over here. So you have one question, say I will give points I can increase over here. I make it 5. Okay, I save. Okay, so questions is done. I go to publish. preview your test. Before you publish, before you click on this, just preview your test. When I preview test, see with the student login. If I'm a student login, okay, I'll just do a preview. See my question, answer all questions. When did IT came into being? And student have time now 15 minutes, as I said, you can go on. You can see the timer running over here. You can see the timer running backwards. You can click hide. So within 15 minutes, they have to answer as many questions as you have said. This is one of the most beautiful apps that you can have. Remember this. So I just click over here and okay, this is just a preview that I wanted to do. Okay. So as soon as the student answers, you get your score is 100%, 5 out of 5. We are finished within 32 seconds. Okay. And let's say I go to income tax, the test that I had given, the dashboard, I can check the results. The results are available over here. It is okay. I have not published. Just 1 second. I will go back to settings, dashboard. Okay. Let's say I publish the test. Okay. And current status open. This allows students to take a test. Okay. The code is right here. This is what you are going to share with the students. Passcode is ABCD, as I very rightly said. Say, let me take that test. Let's see. I click on this. Enter your name. Say I enter Manoj Lewis. This is for the students. The passcode was A, B, C, and D. I say start. So when I start, I have that question appearing over here. Say I've got it right. Timer, you can see 14 minutes, 53, 52, it is going backwards. I submit. So immediately I get my marks. And as far as I am concerned, I get to see as an administrator, I can check the marks as well. Yes, I go to administration. This is my admin password. Okay. I log in. I have the results now. And when I view the results, you see the name of the student appears, the score he has done. And also it shows a breakup. This is actually only one response you have. But if you go on clicking the score, you will find the breakup. All the questions will come. You can easily find out a student has made a mistake where the student has made a mistake. You can easily find out from this as well. I hope, it has been useful for you all, the Testmos quiz. And this is one of the, it's not an app, it's directly online that you can have your quiz ready. So not a problem at all. Now, Google Forms, as far as Google Forms is concerned, just 1 second, I would like to tell you, majority know how to prepare a Google Forms, Google quiz and everything. But I'd like to tell you one thing. I hope let me just open. 1 second. There's an important thing I have to show you all here. The account. Just 1 second. Okay, I could have gone directly, no problem. I'll open my Google Drive. Say I will go to Google Forms. Let's say any quiz I want to generate, say new, just create one new folder. Say Google form I open. Say in this settings or in the settings, I go to quizzes, make a quiz. Immediately after each or later on, you can do that because if one gives a wrong answer, right answer is known. So A can share the questions with B and you get missed questions, correct answers and all. Okay, so I save. Now, very important, if you want to set time right here, there is something, in these 3 dots right here, there is something called add-ons. Once you click add-ons, this particular name will appear right here. See, this is an add-on now, which I've already added. Everyone knows to prepare a quiz, forms, everything. But when you want to fix a time, there is something called as form presenter plus timer. You need to download this particular app. I will go to these 3 dots. Say I do add-on. This is the Google apps that will appear right now over here. As you can see, these are all Google apps. There are so many apps. Each of the apps is used for a particular thing. You can have your signature also. See right here, you have something called signature here as well. Here we have something called as form limiter. Maximum number of forms, that how much. Say if I'm talking about timer, I just put a timer, form timer. So you can have this form presenter conducting an online test. It is already installed, it is said. And here we have this form limiter and form timer. Timer and proctor. You can do that. Start, stop the watch, add counter timer for your Google Forms. There are so many options available that you can use that, in your presentation. Not necessarily. You need to go back and use the same thing only. Remember this. So let's come back to the form once again. Okay. So that particular thing, you can use it. I'll just show you once again. You can make a note of this. This is an important add-on that we have had. Untitled form is here, which I just opened. So this is the add-on will appear right now. Yes, normally only 3 appears, but when you go to add-on and download anyone, you have the form presenter plus timer. You can add this particular thing, say form presenter and timer, setup, and automatically the form presenter can add. If you want to send certificates for the quizzes or any of the forms or presentation and everything, you have the Certify M. Everything is available. Remember this. So you can have this. You can change the time. Present form with my form title. See, there is theme. You can go on. Time control you have. Always specific time, set timer, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. You can go down, go up, as many time as possible. Allow break. Don't allow a break. Allow a break means what time to what time. Alert before 1 minute before the closing of their test. So all these, or alert before maybe 2 minutes before the test. So other settings and all. And finally, you have to do this publish form. This is important. Because after you've done all settings, save settings, publish form. If you don't do that, then the timer will not appear in the quiz form that you have sent to the participant for taking taking that particular test. Yes. So any questions if you have, you can ask me right now, or I think maybe then we have the assignment ones. If you have questions, you can keep it ready. I will try to answer those. I can see a few questions right here. Then assignment apps, we have the Google Classroom. The Edmodo is another one, and an app sheet. I think Moodle is also there. Moodle is actually a complete package, LMS package, the learning management system. If you want, you can try that. There are a lot of videos on YouTube where you can use Moodle for your presentation. It's a complete package actually. Google Classroom, individual teacher can have. Edmodo is another thing. It is more or less an LMS package only. Then we have the app sheet where you can student long answers, everything. You can do it in form also, Google form also. There is an opportunity for long answers. So you get to know in one place who has submitted, who has not submitted. and make all the questions compulsorily, definitely student cannot submit before completing that particular assignment. You can do it in Google form itself. In Google form, there is a long answer, short answer, options are available. Those who already know the making of the forms and all, you all are well versed with it. So not a problem. Yes. Yes, video conferencing apps. This is the synchronized mode. Zoom, Google Meet is what we are using. Go to meetings. Then we have Namaste India, we have GeoMeet, we have Cisco WebEx, we have. I'll just go back. Yes, just you can avoid this particular thing. So StreamYard is a link. It's not an app. Most of the programs that we do, I do under my publication house is under this particular thing. It's a paid link where you can have as many people as possible on the YouTube. The presenter are not disturbed. It's very good for especially panel discussion where 10 people can be on stage and no one disturb you. I'll tell you one thing. Zoom is one of the best mode of recording your lectures. Whether people who are joining me, listening to me, whether you all with me, it does not matter with me. Zoom, you just go for new meeting, start your presentation. Once everything is set, you start your recording. But as I told you, Zoom will take you to unlimited time. Actually, one person and one-on-one person is unlimited time. But when you're having a session on Zoom, even if the third person joins, it reduces to 40 minutes only. I'm talking about the free version. So recording can be done even for your classes. You can do it on Zoom itself. You don't have to go through Microsoft Encoder, Bandicam, Screencast-O-Matic, not needed in Zoom itself. You can record your lectures. But what you will have is, you may have a watermark called Zoom document, but it does not matter. The focus is more on what you are saying, on the content part and how you are saying. Remember this. So let's not worry about video conferencing apps. Next, 4 points done. Let's come to the 5th one now. Engaging class. Keeping students engrossed in your presentation. How? Now to all the teachers, Madam Gauri and Madam Yogita, we don't know whether our students are listening to us or not. That is always a concern. But you can keep them engrossed, you can keep them engaged. How? Tip is right here through an app called Edpuzzle. What is this Edpuzzle? It's a simple point I have recorded for you. When you make a PPT, first prepare a PPT and upload it to Edpuzzle app. After that, you can create a quiz-like presentation where, if you are engaging in a recorded video lecture, you send a recorded video lecture of 20 minutes to your students. Okay, 20 minutes to your student. You have explained the PPT. Okay, let's imagine there are around 20 PPTs put together. 20 PPTs. At the end of PPT number 5, automatically on the screen, you can, they pop up. You can fix a pop-up where a question will appear on the earlier 5 slides before the student goes to the 6th slide. And point to note, until and unless the student answers that particular question correctly, he cannot see the 6th slide. Similarly, he answers it correctly. So 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th explanation happens. At the end of the 9th slide, you put another fill in the blanks or a true or false or a multiple choice question there. Based on what you have discussed from PPT number 6 to PPT number 9. The student has to answer. You can fix timer anytime, not necessarily 5 and 9. You can fix at the end of 3rd, then 5th, then 7th, then 11th. As you feel like, you can put in Edpuzzle. Just upload your PPT in Edpuzzle, and there you can add on, these questions. Until and unless student answers that particular question, the PPT will not move further. Remember, he will not be able to answer that. And once he answers, that answer will automatically be recorded that he has answered it correctly. And those who answer all the questions correctly, only they will be able to watch your entire PPT. So if I want to watch the PPT that my teacher has sent, I have to focus on those things. I have to answer it correctly. Only then I'll be able to watch. You can give this PPT to students and say after the end of the week, you will be having questions. A general quiz like timer based, as you said, as I just discussed to you. So PPT, if they have to watch, They have to listen to, they cannot simply fast forward as we normally do a recorded lecture. This is possible through an ed puzzle. So a question will appear based on earlier slides. Until the student answers that questions correctly, the PPT will not play forward. Asking questions instantly. How? You explain a concept for 6 to 8 minutes and then give an instant quiz using either Quizlet app or a Survey Hero. Just, if you're taking class on Zoom or any other thing, just give a link. Tell them to click the link. They have 5 minutes time to answer a few questions and they have to get back. As at the end of this session, you're going to fill the feedback form, right? Similarly, they have to answer that question, they have to get back. You will have all your, who has answered how many questions correctly. Asking questions instantly. When you do this in your class, I don't think any student can avoid listening to you. Any student can sit idle or simply keep video and audio off and do something else. It is not possible at all. So just try this once. Make a note of this Quizlet app and a Survey Hero. Concept for 6 to 8 minutes. It's just a matter of 2-3 sessions like this. 4th session, automatically students will be with you. Don't have to worry about it at all. That's why I call this as an engaging class. You can keep your class engaged. You cannot allow your student to just, keep their audio and video mute and simply tell them to go on. Yes. Moving further, I have mentioned this. Don't just focus on your C and D, content and delivery. What you say and how you say. Don't just focus on those two. Focus on E very much. E is engaging. E is evolving very much. And how do we do that? Use the stories in your presentation. I feel this is a beautiful opportunity for all the English teachers, all the literature teachers, whether English, Hindi, Kannada, or any state language that we are talking about. Use stories in your presentation. Stories captures your mind. So storification should be what you need to do, especially in a theory subject. When it's a practical paper, you don't have to use stories. Each number itself conveys the stories. Use games to enlighten their minds. Maybe I can give you some tips, which are the games that you can do to enlighten their minds. Break up the time limit of your class into tab. Now it's time for me to tell you what is tab. Make it evolving all the time. T is for teach or tell. A is for ask in the form of quiz. And P is for play. When I say play, I am talking about some games, subject-related games itself. See, when you have an afternoon session, I can give you a simple example. When you have an afternoon session, what you can do. When there is an afternoon session happening, what you can do. Maybe as I close my screen share, I will tell you what we can do. I can give you some tips that I have known to keep your virtual class engaging. Okay. Now, I am open to ideas. I said this is an illustrative list. It's not an exhaustive list that I'm presenting right here. All right. I'm always open to ideas. Idea can be an X, can be a Y, can be a Z as well. I am not that, I should acknowledge the fact that there are a lot of things in technology that I don't know. If I can think about it and tell the whole world that there are a lot of things that I don't know and I'm open to learning, I think we will become an effective teacher. Because if we have a set mind or a mindset that I know everything, then I don't think learning can happen. Same with the students as well. When they come to your online classes, it's very important to reiterate and tell them, come with an open mind. Don't come with a mindset or don't come with a set mind. If we can do that, teaching, learning definitely will be effective. And always as a teacher, I have put my screen forward saying I am open to ideas. When I am saying that, I want you all to do it as well. Because you cannot really say that you know everything. Subject, maybe you know a little more. Maybe a little more. See, today education has become, in a lighter vein I say, education has become as if the teacher learns yesterday and the student learns today. So the difference is only of 24 hours. That is what we say. It should not happen. It is much more than, it should be much more than that. A teacher should be well versed and the student should be ready with his empty plate to carry home a lot on his plate at the end of the session. I would like to share this with with the organizers. This is beautiful. I need to give credit to Dr. Kalpit Ganesh Mahatre from Ratnagiri district in Maharashtra. He has prepared e-content development in this course, coronavirus lockdown period. These all things he has prepared. It's a long list of 30 things. How to record video lecture or voice over PPT by using MS PowerPoint. This is actually a PDF folder. If I click on this view, it may not open over here. But when I send you that PDF, now when you click on that, automatically you will go to his YouTube and he will explain this particular concept, how to record your video lecture. So this is what is called as sharing. When you have done something for the teachers, I think we need to share it with others so that all can make use of it. See, when you share with others, when do you call yourself as a good teacher? Good teacher is not like a 5,000 meter race where one starts 100 meters ahead, one starts 20 meters behind. We say the relay part of it. It's not a relay. Everyone starts at the same point. Bring everyone together and take everyone along. Only then we can call ourselves. I will, as effective teacher, I will share this PDF with the organizers. They will share it with you in all the 3 groups that are there, and click everything. Learn. It is available. This person has put in effort. He has made his presentation, prepared it for you. So make use of that as well. Yes, my final words. Let us start living with more awareness and right knowledge. Washing hands, wearing the mask at the right time. Nothing will happen to attitude, I believe, needs to be given up at the present time. Now, unlock 4, anyone can travel anywhere. I was in COVID duty till yesterday. Okay. So just last evening, I was relieved from that particular duty because you are free to move anywhere in the country. There are no restrictions at the border at all. So what we can do to ourselves is we need to start living with more awareness and right knowledge. It is very, very important. And next thing is, there is good news for all. I mentioned about this. It's time to become a global teacher. When you prepare your concept videos and your recorded lectures or whatever, and the problem solving recorded, I think you are reaching out not only to your students of your college, you are reaching out to the entire globe. And if you can simplify the matter and present it, the whole world will be watching for it, will be waiting for your next video. Put all those recorded videos on YouTube, give a name, get few teachers and few students of yours, just tell them to share it, create awareness about it. And once people start liking your videos, automatically they will subscribe. You don't have to say, please like, please share, and please subscribe. Is not needed at all. You are not there to earn money. You are just there to spread knowledge. But this is a great opportunity. And as I've been telling you, we are all swimming in the ocean of technology and still floating. So congratulations. Learning to survive, learning to learn, learning to be, learning to live was the mantra during these testing times. Let it continue. Keep it going. So a big thank you to Department of Commerce at Nehru Memorial College, Sulia, my alma mater, and all the participants for your patient hearing. So this is the right awareness that I would like to do. And I'm open to questions. If you have any questions to ask, feel free, so that whatever limited knowledge that I have, I can share it with you. Thank you very much. Nehru Memorial College, Rudra Kumar sir, Madam, Balachandra sir, and Popagoda, and all the teachers, Commerce Department teachers at NMC for this opportunity. Yes, I am open to questions if there is time available.
Available, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your wonderful lecture, sir. If any questions are there, you please ask our resource person directly.
Can these apps be used in an Android phone? I think there was one. 1 second, I'll go to the chat. Just 1 second. 1 second, madam. Madam, just 1 second. There was one question that was asked. First, I'll answer that. Yes, Vrinda, madam, there are limitations for free version in test mode, as you have limited selection of questions. Also can't retrieve password in case you forget. No, madam, what you can do is you can anytime when you have the link, when you go to test modes, when you open test modes for the second time, you have your password initially that I had given. When I click on the password, automatically it comes to the pages where I have created test. It cannot be like a Google form which is available in a Google Drive. Remember this. You have to always go to the test mode on web browser. Just as you reach it, as you open the home page of that, you type in your password. Type in your password, automatically take you to all the tests that you have prepared. I have prepared a test which I cannot share it right here because I need to share it with my student. There are a lot of tests that I have done, but I opened a new test and I altogether a new account and I did that. So you can do so. So don't worry. Limitations are there, but if you are ready to pay $50 per year, you are free to go ahead and you can, share that. No problem at all. You can retrieve password, madam. Absolutely no problem. Or at least what minimum you can do is just write it down. That's why I said your password, please don't save on Google. I would not recommend. Just write down your password somewhere in one book. Create one, a notes on your phone where you have all your passwords ready, your income tax, everything, different passwords. So anytime you want to open, just go to your phone, open the notes and type the password. That's all. So simplify yourself, don't complicate it. Can we give questions where up to 2 to 5 seconds? Yes, you can. There is no problem at all. Mr. Somashekar, sir, you can, sir, madam, I am not very sure. You can give no direct option to set time limit in quiz and to auto stop response to depend on add-ons. Yes, add-ons is simple. If you want to send a certificate at the end of the webinar, you're going to get a certificate. So if you have to get a certificate, the organizers have to design and prepare an assessment of feedback and has to connect it with Certify M. So when you fill the feedback form, automatically certificates are generated. Certify M is an add-on. Similarly, form time limiter is also Proctor and timer is also an add-on. You can have as many add-on as possible. Remember this, because after you publish that particular thing, then you can connect it with Certify M. So when people fill in the form, they get the score above 40, 50 as the organizers have set the minimum score for a certificate. E-certificates will be given. E-certificate goes through the Certify M. The timer aspect goes through the Proctor and the form limiter add-on. Remember this. Add-ons are a must. Without add-ons, you cannot, cannot set the time, or neither you can get the certificate, if not for Certify M. How control on students while taking online lecture? I think I have already answered that, sir. From my side, I don't know, because we cannot have a stick. How will we come to know that they are watching our lecture only? I have already told you, your online quiz, the Ed puzzle I just mentioned, if you're recording lecture and sending it to them, they have to listen to what you're saying, answer the question, only then the PPT plays forward. That is what I'm saying. Simple point. Also, this present, okay, there's a Dr. Vijay Lakshmi says that present faculty has also the pressure to explain the concept of regional language, especially whether a multiple graphs equation. Madam, I'm not that accomplished to talk about graphs and mathematical equations, but there are, in Google Forms, I think in Microsoft Forms, there is an opportunity for, if you are putting about this multiple graphs, all these are presentable. Even mathematical equations are very much possible. Now, as far as explanation of concepts is concerned, I think that should not be a problem. What you can do is, simple point. I teach in a government college over here. Sometimes I have to teach my subject like tax and accounts in Kannada as well, apart from English. So what I can do is, I can prepare 2 videos, one exclusively in English and one exclusively in Kannada. It's a 10 minutes video, so it becomes 10 plus 10. I mean to say separately, Kannada version, English version. So it is left to the students to choose which they would like to watch. It is as simple as that. If you are taking a live lecture, a live class, you can use any language. There is no problem at all. I hope that answers your question. Then asynchronous online is the most suitable and useful mode of teaching. What is your perfect, madam? Sudha madam, perfect. Whichever you find it convenient, we use. I have my classes to begin September 1st. I'm ready. I have one room just in front of me, which is exclusively my classroom now. I have a beautiful whiteboard, and I have Zoom and all the apps that I use. I can use it conveniently, absolutely no problem. It is left to the concerned teacher to decide which app to use. Whichever you are comfortable in, use it. That's all. As you already have the email ID, it is a request to send the recorded presentation. This organizers will do surely. Then what is the okay. Did I miss any questions? Parents are watching the online lecture of teachers and they create disturbance. Madam Yogita, I cannot really say that. I think if you have 40 students, you will have 80 participants. You should be happy. parents are also joining in, because these are the same parents who bunked the classes when they were in school and college. You have got additional participants. I think that's a great opportunity, and parents will appreciate you for the kind of delivery that you make, and the kind of lecture that you present, the kind of examples that you give. Consider more audience. Don't consider them as disturbance. Okay, luckily, when the parents are watching, let them watch. Let them watch. I would prefer, when I take a subject like income tax, I would want my students, parents to come and sit, so that they know how to file their returns. They will have conceptual clarity. I'm very happy if more and more people join my session. Just because parents are joining, that should not deter you. You have what you want to say, you know how to say it, just to deliver. Remember this. This is what you believe in. Don't worry about whether parents are joining. Principal will also join. Can you become nervous? A principal wants to see, how effective are your classes. And you say, principal, sir, please don't come. Madam, don't come. I will feel nervous. That cannot happen. Okay. Tomorrow you may get an opportunity where, by default, our Prime Minister joins your session. And he is investing your time listening to you. You should feel privileged. Okay. So don't worry about parents joining. And don't worry about what they conclude later. This teacher is good, that teacher's language is not good. You don't worry at all. Everyone has limitations. You don't worry. About app sheet assignment, Madam, there was limited time. That's why I picked up simple ones, which was very easy for me. But as I said, at the end of the webinar, just go to YouTube, app sheet assignment app. You will have beautiful videos. You can watch conveniently. But don't look at the time before you start watching that video, because you have to learn. So don't worry about that. That's Madam Rosa. Then can the regional language be used? It is left to you. Can you help me in recording and uploading classes on an Android phone? Madam, there are mobile apps called Screen Recorder, but I would always prefer a laptop. Laptop, clarity is comparatively better. You can have a view of the board right behind you if you are taking an online or an interactive lecture. So it is left to you. One second. Any question? To get good score, parents help their children in test. If parents cheat with their students, I cannot say anything. It is left to the parents, because maybe we need to have a session on counseling and ethical and moral values for parents, I think, now, rather than students. How can we ask big questions instead of quiz? Sir, I clicked on the quiz. Madam Anjana, I beg your pardon. I clicked on the quiz. On the left side, there is I forget, presentation is one. On the first one is the normal, your feedback, forms that we fill. In that, you have options for long answers also. When I say long answers, not too long, because when you select a response destination for your quiz form, just increase the, the size in that Excel sheet, so that your answers come together. But if you have more responses, then it will be difficult for you to read out. But anytime you can take a printout of those, and you can keep a copy ready. So big questions can be asked. Can we keep attendance record in Google Form? Sir, perfect. Mahesh sir, what you're saying is perfect. That's why I said, if you give an assignment in Google Quiz form itself, you get to know who has given, who has not given. When it's a long answer, make that question compulsory. If they don't answer, they are not able to submit the quiz. When they are not able to submit their form, that means they have not answered it. Simple as that. You don't have to maintain separate records at all. Let's make it simple for each other. Sir, please share your suggestions for English literature faculty. I was talking about storyfication, gamification. Anyway, I think I have to mention one game, right? How to engage drama or novels through online classes. I will just share what I did yesterday. It was for our CA orientation program, which I'm doing. I have the sheets ready for them. It's from the same book which I mentioned earlier. Think Global, Act Local. It is available, just I'll give you an example. Sir, give me, Rudra sir, if I have 2 minutes more.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yes, just one. Yes, I think it should be in this laptop itself, because I am confused. I don't know what is available. Just 1 second. Yes, I will just share one. Just have a look at this. In Zoom, there is a concept called breakout room. This is actually only in the paid version that we have. So this is the text of the literature that I want students to read. This for one batch of students. This is for one batch of students. You know, pursue your passion is the topic. Pursue your passion. They have the screen right here. And you know, you put this particular screen, just scan it and put it. I think your students, you can do the reading as you can normally explain it. There is absolutely no problem. For literature teachers, I think you can take them anywhere in this world other than being online and bring them back at any point of time. I think this is a great opportunity for literature teachers. That's what I said. Just scan the page of the text that you're going to explain to them. They have so students cannot complain that they don't have the text at all. So I think this is very simple. You can do so, absolutely no problem at all. So that's why I said it's an added advantage for the students. So how to engage drama or novels through online? Thank you very much. Okay. So I think I've showed you that, madam. How can we create certificate for quizzes? So just I mentioned about Procter and Form timer. There is something called Certify M. Certify M. In Google app itself, add-ons, Certify M. Search for Certify M. It will open. There are ready-made slides available, certificate, available. You can do your own certificate, type the name of the college, bring the image of your college, the logo of your college, write whatever, get the signatures. You can remove DG, remove background of images. You know, when you sign on a white sheet, if your certificate color is blue, that white will appear along with signature. But if you can take that signature to an app called Remove Background Images, that entire white will disappear, only signature will appear on the blue screen. That's the beauty of it. There is app for everything that you can, do so. Remember. Then normally students need 2 devices. No, sir. Quizzes. How the organizers have put the link over here. You have the link. Similarly, you can give a link. You can just see. I have my browser. You cannot see my browser here. I have my link ready. I can open it, just copy paste it over here, and I paste it. So students can click on the link. Like for example, they have put the feedback form. You click on the link, you fill the feedback form, you close it. You are back on the screen right now. So when you put a quiz over here, link over here, they will open the link. They will answer the questions. Once it is submitted, they will come back to this particular screen. You don't need 2 devices at all. That depends on which quiz apps you are using. But what I mentioned, Survey Hero, the Quizlet app, you can do so right here. And there's another one also, I forgot that. Okay. Yes, if there are any open, sir, while providing quiz, this Sachin's question, the student may browse the internet, can answer, is there any way of conducting on? Sir, I have given you the time-based quiz. There is nothing much that you can do. Say you are giving quiz for 5 minutes and there are 10 questions on what we have discussed. Immediately, students will have to answer within 5 minutes and come back and answer your test and be back to class. So 5 minutes of time, you can do it instantly. That's how you can keep your students engaged. That's what I spoke about. You don't give them a 30-40 questions per quiz and tell them to submit after half an hour. Don't do that. Just keep it simple. 5 minutes, immediately. No time to go to internet and search also. Okay, then barcode certificate is valid. Dr. Savita says barcode certificate is valid. Few people. What is their opinion? You are in an online class, in a Google form, you get Google form with the from, I think, September month. I think they are starting with the barcode and the certificate number as well. If you take the paid version, those numbers will not appear. That's what it is. But it is no problem. That's a certificate that you have participated and you have learned something. So don't worry about the number, don't worry about the barcode. But if you're talking about the API scores for your promotion, then you have to have authorization from HRDC or the Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Teacher Training Institute. Only those certificates are valid. They also have a barcode. Don't worry. How can you attach documents in Google Meet? I have just showed you, madam. How you can attach a Google form right here You can do so in any documents for that matter. Yes. So if there is any open question, I know I have exceeded the time, but if there is any open question anyone wants to ask, if Rudra sir organizers agree, I think I am open.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, madam.
Sir, good afternoon, sir. Very good
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Very useful session, sir. I learned so much of things from you. Your knowledge.
Can we come back to the question? Can we come back to the question, madam?
What is the use of the certificate, sir? Every day we are participated some classes, but we got certificates. So any use is there regarding on that?
Madam, if not for this webinar, you said in your appreciation words that I have learned lot of things. If not for this webinar, how Madam Pallavi would have been? I hope your name is Pallavi because I can see Chinmay Education Pallavi. Yes, madam, let's do a little interaction. Because I will tell you, there are many people who have certificates, and the title of the certificate is Certificate Course in Swimming. Certificate course in swimming without getting into water. What do you say? Distance education, certificate course in swimming without getting into water, you have first class. You have written the examination, but you have not got into the water. What is the use of that certificate? I am asking. Now, when you say what is the use of these certificates, when every day something or the other is happening, that something or the other time you are learning, madam. You have learned, implemented. Because there are people who normally ask, whether we will get a certificate. I don't know why people are so much bothered about certificate when there is so much of learning that is being shared over here. When you learn, certificates will not matter. Certificates will matter, especially that I said, will help you for promotion. But when it comes to attendance of the certificate, I'm not really sure because my friend had organized a webinar, I think some 2 months ago, and he received a call from 4 teachers from Telangana. Because normally when the number of participants are more, they say, we will send you the certificate within 5 days and 7 days and all. They said, so thank you very much. If this is before the program could begin, 3 days before, he said, sir, we want our certificates first. Because in Telangana, I believe what is happening is, when the teachers join a particular webinar, they are given a OOD, on official duty. So next day, when they go back to college, they have to show their certificate. Only then that is considered as OOD, or else they are marked as leave for the previous day, CL for the previous day. Only in such circumstances. So if you take part, see, I cannot generalize, but I say large majority, they join only for certificate. They keep their audio, video, everything off. They know the program is from 11:30, 10:30 to 12 o'clock. They will come to YouTube at 11:45 or 11:55, and 12 o'clock, nice presentation happening. Feedback form, please. This is very common. I am telling you, I have organized and I have participated in more than 60 such webinars, and around 32 I have done. I know who does what. That's why these days links are shared only in this Google Meet or in this presentation itself, not in the group. Because there are many in the group who have registered. We register for a lot of things, but we don't join because we are confused what to join. We don't even know that we have registered, and we miss out on that. Then we realize, oh, the event was yesterday. That is what happens. So if you have an objective setting, this is what I'm going to learn, and if I join, I would say certificate will not matter. But Rudra Kumar sir, please provide certificate to all the participants. Yes, I hope I'm on. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your good information, as you are delivering wonderful lecture and tips for teachers to conduct effective online classes. I hope this will definitely useful for the teachers, those who are attended properly, right, sir? So those who are attended properly, they can definitely use this. The lecture is given by you. So thank you very much, sir. And finally,
Sir, you can, sir, one request. You can share this recorded video. You can tell Royal to share it with you
Okay,
and give
sir.
the link to all the teachers so that they can watch it.
and we will have to share this in the WhatsApp group only. Those who are joined in the WhatsApp group, they will get the recorded video. And one more thing, some of the members or participants are requesting that the feedback link is not open. It is open, but only 100 members can take the certificates, and you will better to try in the next day itself only, because
Yeah, one more thing I forgot to tell you, sir. There's a lot of competition.
yes, sir.
I should be the first 100 to get the certificate.
Yes, sir. Sure. Okay, sir. And then we will have to come to the end of our webinar. Actually, this was a very good event for the teachers. Now, from the next week itself only, we are going to conducting our online classes. It was very much needed for each and every teacher. So it is helpful for every teaching fraternity. So I request our lecturer, Mr. Sridhar, Department of Commerce, for vote of thanks.
Thanks, sir. Namaskaram, Honorable.
It is my immense pleasure to extend the vote of thanks. First of all, I wish to express our sincere thanks to the president of today's function, Dr. Puappa sir, principal of our college, for his benign presence, advice, and support in the conduct of webinar. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the young, energetic, dynamic resource person, Mr. Manoj Lewis, Assistant Professor, GFDC, Kavo. I wish to express sincere gratitude to the management of our college for their full support. In this occasion, I wish to express our gratitude to Balachandra sir, academic advisor and former principal of our college, for his presence and valuable suggestions in the conduct of webinar. I wish to thank Mrs. Ratnavati D, HOD of Department of Commerce and IQAC coordinator of our college. I wish to extend bouquet of thanks to Mr. Rudra Kumar, convener of this webinar, who took all pains in conducting the webinar in an efficient manner. I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the lecturers of various colleges who participated in this webinar. I thank all teaching and non-teaching staff of our college who actively participated in the conduct of webinar. Finally, I wish to thank all those who directly and indirectly extended their support for organizing this seminar. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. And I thank our organizing committee members of our department, Mr. Sridhar, Mrs. Geeta Shanai, Mrs. Divya, Mrs. Ekshita Kumari, Ms. Meenakshi, and Mrs. Ashwini, faculty of our department. They took a lot of efforts for conducting this webinar. And I also thankful to the technical support from Mr. Royal D'Souza, lecturer, Department of Commerce and Aloysius College, Mangalore. Thank you, sir. Also, I thank our technical support, Mr. Santosh and Mr. Arun of our office. Thank you, one and all, supported for us to conduct the webinar. I hope this will be helpful for us. Thank you once again, sir. Manoj, sir, thank you. Thank you all.
So congratulations, I opened your account.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ratnavati madam, Puappa sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Balachandra sir, thank you very much. Divya madam, Sridhar sir, thank all of them. Congratulations. Bye.
Kumar sir.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Rudra Kumar sir.
Yeah, I think I can talk to Balachandra sir if possible.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
You can speak.
Manoj. I'm
How are
very
you,
glad.
sir?
Very fine, very fine. Thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
very
Nice
eagerly.
seeing you. You're still as you were, sir. Very fit.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I hope you are continuing to play tennis, I believe.
Yeah, and now during the rainy season, then we are playing tennis.
Yes, sir, yes. Sir. Yeah, that keeps you going, I believe.
Yeah.
Fitness
Now,
complete. Yes.
After my return from Mysore, I was now associate as an academic advisor.
Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. So nice to see you, sir. Next time when I'm coming to Sullia, possibly Puappa sir is also missing me as his neighbor.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
When I do come, I'll meet you, sir. I'll meet you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Bye. Puappa sir, thank you very much.